and then so you have to actually pick it, and then once that triggers your buff signature, it actually gives you a 9% boost to all of your secondary stats. So haste, crit, mastery, versatility, the lot. So you effectively pull the entire room. You kill one of those Moo rats, and that thing immediately pops for 25 or 30 seconds, and then you pop your pally wings. So your Avenger's Wrath, which then gives you a critical strike bonus of 30% for 25 seconds. So you literally annihilate anything that's around you. So it actually sort of pushes you in the direction of pull everything to use this ability. So it makes clearing it a lot quicker.
I mean, for me, it's even these invisible guys, they nearly kill me every time. They do so much damage and they've got so much health. I struggle on these bloody invisible jobbers that pop up all the time randomly than what I do on mobs.
What spec are you on? Arcane?
Okay, yeah.
Have you tried doing it as fast?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like that's good, it's really easy, it took me a while.
I think they're trying to also build us, push them into the direction where maybe let's build them.
I think high levels, yes. But I just think it's crap that for tanks this play seems to be easy, for warriors it's easy. You know what I mean? Well, crap for rogues, oh, they buffed it.
I'll see when I take the others in, but yeah, it does seem like the tanks have an easier time. It just takes forever to kill some of this.
Yeah, it takes you a lot longer. And like, you were saying about all that earlier. It seemed like when we did Visions, in last expansion, certain classes could do it easier.
Yeah,
yeah, the warriors, ravens and that could do 5 mass visions all easy. Yeah, even thinking about it. Sean could do it and he's doing it. Difficult, but he could do it. There's no way I could do it for a mage. Not in any class.
I've seen with the leveling as well on the Shadow Priest. If you pull more than 2 mobs, you're just asking for it. Look, you can take down a single mob pretty quickly. But that cloth, yeah, that shield only lasts so long. So if you pull too many, there's no way that you... The AoE ability that I have at the level that I'm on right now is not enough to pull anything more than 2. So I can understand that mine is having a rough time in there.
Yeah, all those clothies feel the pain. So for you, I need to see what your warlock messages. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've got your own private void wall. Yep. Go in there and grab all that.
The problem is, I'm dying to play the warlock. I really want to play the warlock. The problem is, there's no utility. I've always played healer on here, so if I'm going to play something else, I need to replace it with another healer. And secondly, the warlock only has gathering skills, so there's no point for me to actually level it right now. I need crafters to max it. And then after that I'll bring the gatherers to just pass all of that onto the crafters to actually make the basic items and that kind of stuff. Oh, here we go, this is what I'm looking for. So at least for the plate items. So rank 1 item takes 20 of this Shadow Wrath ingot. Got no idea what goes into that, but that's basically so your blacksmiths need to craft the ingot. Oh, here we go. Your alchemists can do it as well. So for the blacksmith, you require 1 of each of the rare ore types. So there's like one ore that spawns across the different realms, and then in each there's like a speciality realm. So Bastion's got selenium, the vampire lot's got Sinvir ore, you've got Phaedrum in the fairy world, and then you've got this Oxian thing, and then Maldraxxus. So you need 1 of each of those, and then you need to buy flux from the blacksmith blender, and that'll craft 2 of these ingots. So you need 20 of those ingots. Then you need an enchanted Elysium bar or something. So this Elysium is also a rare. I'll put it. Sorry, the other was uncommon. The rare is this Elysium thing. So you need to create bars of that, and then you need an enchanter to basically create those bars. So 20 of the.
So you need everyone who can do any kind of
effectively. So at least, yeah. So the priest, yep. The priest is the tailor as well as the enchanter. So that's, and like I said, I want to replace the pally heels with the priest heels. So I think that might be the focus for the rest of the week, to get the priest up and running. So again, this is just for the play stuff. So I'm not sure what the cost will be, but I'm assuming it's going to be similar. So it's 20 of a specialized material. So for the blacksmith, it's ingots. I'm assuming for the tailors, it's going to be some sort of rare cloth that you have to create. Then you need 8 of that enchanted rare metal. And then you need like 8 flux that you buy from the blacksmith vendor, and that allows you to craft a rank 1 item.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it? The cost of these items are ridiculous.
But that's not worth it, because now you've created a rank 1 item. If you want to create a rank 2 item, you can only unlock the recipe for the rank 2 item by crafting X amount of rank 1 items. And I'm looking for that X right now. Because the last time I saw, I think, was about 10. So you need to create 10 of those rank 1 items in order to unlock the rank 2 item. The rank 2 item's cost goes up. So we had 20 of the ingots, you now have 30 of the ingots. We had 8 of the enchanted bars, you have 12 of that now. And then you need to create something like stupid, like 15 of the rank 2 item to get the rank 3 pattern. And so forth, all the way up to rank 4. Rank 4 eventually costs you 80 of the ingots, 30 of the enchanted bars. Yeah. This is just ridiculous. Here we go. Here's the tailoring stuff. Yeah, so similar. For the cloth, it's called shrouded cloth. So for rank 1, you need 45 of that. And then you need 15 enchanted lightless silk. For rank 2, 70 of the shrouded, 25 of the enchanted. Rank 3, 110 of the
So
shrouded.
basically, you need a tailor, a blacksmith, a leather worker, and an enchanter for everything.
For clothies, you need the tailor and the enchanter. For leather workers, you're going to need leather worker and okay, so the leather workers seem to have it the easiest. You only need leather working for it, from what I can see. Enchanted, heavy chaos created by places in. Oh no, then we get enchanters as well. Never mind. Okay, so enchanters have a lot of work. Enchanters are involved in all of these. So for plate, you need
that's the one I'm leveling at the moment.
Yeah, that's
Enchanting's hard to level up if you've not done that yet either.
I've got the enchanting currently up to 75, but the problem that I'm facing now is the rest of the stuff that I need. The crystals that I need to level
that's
up.
why I'm on 77, and the crystals, you can only get them from disenchanting.
Get from epic. Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
exactly
exactly gear again. That's epic. I'm wearing.
So that's the exact same spot that I'm in right now. But the nice thing about it though was the priest was parked in Orbis, was level 50, and I really matched up tailoring on it, and I took the enchanting 75, so without setting foot outside, just by passing on mass, I was able to match up one of the skills with the other 3/4 of the way. So every piece of cloth that I'm picking up now, I'll basically go towards accumulating it for these bloody base items. The advantage is though currently you can only wear one legendary.
Oh god, yes, this is hard work.
Yeah, this sounds ridiculous. The amount of stuff is. I'm not seeing. Where's the dual crafting stuff? Oh, there we go, dual crafting. So I've got the dual crafting maxed out. Okay, so currently, if I want to create a ring or a necklace, that seems to be similar to. Oh, okay. This is how they work you over. So you don't need an enchanter for dual crafting. So you need those ingots, same ingots as you do for the plate. Where they do give you a bit of a runaround is you need essence of rebirth and essence of torment. Now the only place you get those is by prospecting the uncommon ores.
I'll just not make a freaking ring or a neck or a weapon piece. It'll just be clothes for me. I'm not doing. That's one thing I've never done is that archaeology shit and stuff like that. No.
No, this isn't even archaeology. This is dual crafting. At least the missives aren't ridiculously priced. I'm willing to park the druid for a while. I don't really need to get the scribe up that badly because the missives aren't that overly expensive. It depends on how many people are on the auction house. So I've seen them vary anywhere between 7 and 18 for the different missives. Considering what a boring it is to craft those inks, I reckon that's pretty reasonable.
I kind of like that you can skip a lot of the one and in Torghast you can skip with 1, 2, 3, and get so like.
Yep. Well, it depends on the floor. So the new floors that start tomorrow, you're gonna have to do 1, 2, and 3 on the one side, and then you can skip it on the other side and go directly to 3. Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, that's the way they set it up. The first week I did level 1 on the one side, ran to the other side, did level 2, and then eventually came back to the other side, did level 3, and then went back to level 3 to the other one. So as you unlock a specific floor, you have to go through all of the individual floors for the individual wings, at least once, or for the group at least. So between the 2 floors, if you do level 1 on the one side, it automatically unlocks level 1, gives you level 2 on the other side. But you have to do at least level 1 on
so
at least
you need
one
to
of
do
them.
them to unlock the floors on that specific one, so it'll rotate every week.
For that rotation, correct, yeah. But now,
How many rotations will there be? Like 4?
No. But so once, so if you've done week 1 and week 2, if you've done everything up to floor 3, next week is a new set of wings. So it's 2 completely new ones. So you're going to have to go through that rotation once again. But that covers, I believe, all 6 of the available wings. So you've unlocked up to level 3 for all of it. So if they do eventually unlock level 6, you can start immediately on level 4 in any of them.
Yeah.
And then that rotation will basically go through again. So if you unlock 4, 5, and 6, for the other wing on that same rotation, you'll be able to go straight into 6. But then the week after that, it's a new rotation again, so you're going to have to do 3, 4, just the 4, 5, 6 again, and at least one of them to unlock 6.
I can't see me being able to do what before.
We'll see, but again, if it gets to that point, to guildmates. Simple enough. I don't think anybody will have any objections to using blueprints.
I think even money on tax to these should roll on some of them. Oh, yeah.
And it does seem like your dungeon level setting has an influence on the scrolls.
Does it? Oh, what's mine now?
Yeah, we tried to 3-man it the first week. Mine was struggling, so we said, okay, let's go. Both Kenny and I went in tank spec. It was shortly after I literally breezed through it. And for some reason on the 3-man group, it was just ridiculously hard. We got to the last floor, and we couldn't finish the boss. And then only after we exited, said, okay, now we'll try another day. Once the group disbanded, the message popped up saying, okay, right, so your instances have been reset to normal. So it seems like Gary had, because he was group leader, had his stuff set on Mythic. He was running Mythics, attempting Mythics earlier in the day. And we were trying to 3-man Mythic level forecast on, well, Gary was sorted, but both mine and I weren't even geared for heroics at that stage. So all in all, we didn't do too badly, but it does seem like, I don't know if it was a bug or it was intended, but it does seem like the dungeon level setting has an influence there. Okay, here's the other info I was looking for. To craft your...
You know what I mean? I'm on level 2 and I've died twice already. Fuck me.
Are you in enough?
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Do you want me to come in the tank?
No. I'm no. Yeah, if I die another twice, I'll fob it off and do it tomorrow.
Okay. So, the soul ash cost. So, remember the rank 1, 2, 3 items, the base items. So, it's not just those mats that increase the crafting, it costs you more soul ash as well. So for rank 1, it costs you 1,250 soul ash to craft. If you want to do a rank 2, it'll cost you 2,000. But if you have a rank 1 and you want to upgrade to rank 2, it's supposedly only going to cost you the difference. So basically 750 ash. But I'm pretty sure they said there was other costs involved as well, some mats, base mats, but I can't find that article now. The soul actually gets less as the levels go up, as the layers go up, the tiers. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 that we currently have. So it's 120 ash for the first layer, an additional 100 for the second, an additional 85 for the third. So if you go straight to 3, it just cumulatively gives you all of it.
Yeah.
From layer 4, you only get an additional 70 ash. Level 5 an additional 60, level 6 an additional 50, 7 an additional 45, and 8 an additional 40. So it's actually diminishing returns. So you get more in total the higher you go. But each incremented layer, the higher you go, actually rewards a smaller amount than the previous floor.
Yeah. And there's like 8 floors. Oh my god.
Max 8, yeah. So they rate them accordingly. So first 3 normal, 4, 5, and 6 is rated heroic, 7 and 8 will be mythic.
That is it. Thank you for your assistance.
Here we go. This is what they were talking about. So, if you're going to upgrade from a level 1 to a level 2, you need the legendary that you've already crafted, but you then also need all of the mats as if you were creating a level 2 from scratch.
I'm just working.
The medic! You're a pain in the ass.
So you're going to have
Put so much work into people crafting, aren't they? This expansion is all about fucking crafting.
too many mechanics. There's way too many different systems and stuff in this thing for my liking in total. Not just the crafting. I'm not really feeling this whole conduit thing.
Yeah, there's the bloody anima, there's the conduit, there's all your stuff that goes into that with your extra abilities depending on where you're picked. There's your legendary, there's farming more, there's all your other stuff, and you need to get the heroic X with certain stuff to unlock the patterns for them, what you're saying, what we need to do. I'm like,
So different, the renown for your covenant, still the rep for the other factions.
Yeah, because I need rep for a few factions to unlock stuff for enchanting, so I can enchant everything I need to for legendaries. And you're like, oh, it's just made it too complicated now.
And then the different currencies. Jeez, like it. You got the Stygia and the Moor, you got the Anima and the open world. You got the Soul Ash, and then over and above that, your covenant.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that more stuff. I haven't really been doing them quests, mate.
I've been doing that daily now. Just those 2 dailies, just for the hell of it. I need to push up that rep with that data inside. That stuff I linked to you yesterday makes it easier to operate in the Moor, but what you eventually want is once you hit max rep with them, you can basically start socketing your gear.
Yeah, I'll worry about that later in game. I've fucking too much to do as it is.
Okay, hang on. So it's only the base item that you actually then need for the upgrade. But still, that's a fair amount of gold. So you don't have to replace the missives. Well, from what I can see here. So you create your original. So if you're going to do a rank 1, you need the rank 1 base item. You select the rune for the legendary power. You slot your 2 missives in for your secondary stats, and you create the level 1 legendary. Then, if you want to upgrade that to level 2, you need to. How's that going to work though? Because you still need the base item, the level 2 base item. I don't know how that's going to slot into the rune carving thing.
To upgrade your item is going to be a lot harder than getting your first one. They'll make it easier as it goes along and people complain.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be easier to do the upgrade though, because you already have your base level 1 item with your legendary power and your 2 missives. So you take that item and you just need the level 2 base item. You pop that in and that upgrades that to level 2. So it's basically just going to be the gold cost if you're going to buy the base items for the upgrade. Oh, and of course the Soul Ash.
Well, that'll be a problem. People are going to take advantage of that big step. It'll cost you freaking 100k.
Yeah.
Or $500,000 when you get into like upgrading it 3rd and 4th time.
Correct.
Unless you've got a load of alts and you've got alt time in order to do it.
Yeah, it's like it. Might be easier just to see where's the best spot for farming gold. I just buy everything. Not bother with crafting, leveling any of that stuff up. Just as you level, just get the gatherers in there and just sell off the raw mats.
I think I don't like it. As in, you can't just stand in DPS. If you do, you wipe, even especially in Mythics. It's an easy wipe if you just stand there. You're making people get involved with the tactics. For now, anyway, up until people get better gear and you'll be able to just nuke through it like they did.
Yeah, that's the sad part though. That's the really sad part, that it always goes back to that.
yeah, but as you go up with the keys, obviously, even then, you're going up with the harder gear, you'll have to be involved like it is. I like it.
Yeah, the problem with the pugs though is they just refuse to fucking move.
Depends, you can get decent, it's rare, but you can get decent.
And then again with...
I think pugging Mythics will be nigh on impossible.
Yeah, and keep in mind it's going to be slightly different with this whole vault system as well. Because if they're going to be pugging for keys, it's basically just to push up those key levels. I doubt you're going to be able to pug anything higher than maybe a 6. The guys are going to take anything above 6 to their guilds. 7 currently, from what I've checked earlier today, seems to be the optimal for next week. Because your item level basically scales with the keys. The way that the table was structured, it's currently pointless to go past key level 10, because your gear, item level gear that drops from, so even though it goes up to 15, the gear level that drops stays exactly the same from 10 upwards. So it's kind of pointless to run anything above 10. Your ideal scenario would be next week is to get a key and then do at least 10 runs on key level 10. That way you max out the gear that you can get from the vault at the end of the week. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for checking out the same stuff.
Have you seen the world boss as well? Coming tomorrow. Drop.
Yep.
No, I didn't look at that.
Free gear.
Very good gear. Well, look, some of this is not 207.
So what Mythics got? Well, dropped anyway. Because Mythic, well, what Mythic's like 186 in it.
Currently the low level, yeah, low level, and it goes up to I think 207.
207.
Yeah.
But these world bosses here, I've been looking at them. They're going to take some organising because you need 2 tanks for both bosses stacking debuff. Healers have got to, this DPS have got to pick these off and all sorts of crap.
Cool.
Guild run.
That'd be cool. Because, I mean, the world bosses have been a joke for years, haven't they?
Look, we're probably going to record the party as a guild, it's fine. I mean, we're not going to, on our own, do much in there, but I think if we just party up as a guild, we can sort of, the healers can at least look out for our own DPS and tanks. You're still going to need a 40-man group for it. Kenny, I'm assuming you need to be max level to have a go at the boss.
Yeah, well, you've got to be 60. The world bosses, but the full-on raid kills, you know, a party of 10, I'm going to take them out. 25 at least. I think the mid keys from reset tomorrow's capped at 6 because of first
Yep.
week, first raids here. And if you don't beat the timer, there's one piece of gear drops from it. And if you beat the timer, there's 2.
Yeah, we were just talking about that as well. So
That's good, isn't it?
I checked a video earlier today where the guys, you know, discussed the optimal, you know, mythic runs and stuff where they reckon you're not going to bother after the mythic 10 anyway. If you're just looking for the gear from the final box, because 10 all the way to 15 is the exact same item level.
Yeah.
The only time that it's going to be worth your while to push past level 10 to mythic 10 towards, and then you don't even want to go to 15, you want to go to 14, is for the vault. Once the cap is lifted on that. I think it's uncapped next week, just by the by. And it'll be capped after that on the item levels that it does. The vault actually gives you higher item level, basically gives you raid tier gear, item level gear, based on the mythic difficulty that you're doing.
It's worth it just to slug it out and have a white pass, and then just to complete it, mind the timer to get your
What's the
gear
vault?
box.
What is that?
The vault, what you get after doing a key run every week.
Your
Oh,
weekly
right,
chest,
okay, I see what you mean.
but they've changed it now where it's no longer just the one chest. Depending on how many mythics you've done, you can unlock up to 3 different sets of gear, or 3 pieces of gear.
Oh.
Remember, we started talking about that yesterday. It's that whole bloody stupid, a bit confusing, but it sort of makes sense type scenario. So, if you only do, let's say, 6 mythic keys, the vault will basically it awards you gear for your highest, 4th highest, and 10th highest key that you've run. So if you run 6 mythic keys in a week, and the highest that you've gone is 6, then the first piece of gear that you get is guaranteed to be item level equivalent to mythic 6. Because you run 6, it's allowing you a second piece of gear that looks like your 4th highest key. If you only did those 6 and you did them sequentially, then technically your 4th highest key would be a 2. So your second piece of gear will be equivalent to mythic key 2. And because you didn't run 10, you don't get the 3rd slot. Same way, if you run sequentially keys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to 10, your highest will be mythic 10. So the first piece of gear that you get is based on the highest key, so that'll be equivalent to mythic 10, what item level is assigned to that. Your 4th highest one would be the mythic 7, so you get gear equivalent to that, and then your 10th highest would be the last, the 10th, so basically the first one you had, which would either be the 0 or the 1, and that'll be your first gear, your 3rd piece of gear that you get. So ideally, you want to bump up your keys as high as you want to go. So, like next week is 6, they cap it out. So you want to do at least 10 runs at key level 6. So that way you're guaranteed to get 3 max level pieces of gear in the end of the week chest. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that'll be a big problem for us. Just getting the people on to do the key runs is a nightmare.
Yep.
And these mythics are going to be hard to pug, very hard. There's more mechanics in these mythic in these dungeons than what. For a while, anyway, for about next 4 months, it'll be really hard until people get gist. And even then, you'll have idiot who just don't do all.
I need to go closer.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least 1 or 2 groups up. It's just how regularly can we do it?
It's too far away. I'm out of range. I'm out of range.
Which theory Benny, relativity one?
Yeah.
I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Yeah, technically that ability you're talking about actually suits the pally healers better because you have to be in sort of melee range.
I need a target.
Was it noticeable, Ernest, when I was popping it? He should be to you.
I had absolutely no issues keeping you up.
Yeah, it's
It's
good. Yourself
by-
and party.
My issues are that's explained with this bastard system. Is trying to keep an eye on the mechanics that I need to dodge, or trying to get a couple of hits in, and then keeping an eye on the other people that didn't manage to dodge. And then when you stand still to try and heal them, I end up standing in the shit. But at least now that I know what the dungeon was like,
Yeah,
I might
next
go
time.
better might go better on the second one, yeah.
Yeah, next time we're in there, you doddle. Heroic. Miss 5, yeah. Ain't it right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, screw it. Who cares if you don't do timer? As long as you do it at the end of the dungeon.
Yeah. I'm Mythic Finder King. I usually get some good groups to be fair.
I go with Kyle and Levi and some of their mates. They're absolutely top dogs. They're no messing about. But I'd rather go with girls all day long. I don't care. The wife or not, it doesn't bother me.
If we can just get people to stay on long enough.
Yeah, well definitely wipe it, that fucking alien.
I didn't see you helping out much.
But it is a good dungeon, that Die Over side is my favourite so far. But make it a shit one, really, is it? I've not run them all. Least favourite one, Plaguefall. Bit nasty.
I'm out of range.
I've done nearly all of them on Mythic. I don't like what's that one called where you have to run round circle while them tentacles slap down.
Oh
I don't like
yeah,
that one.
that's Plaguefall. It's Plaguefall.
Is it
Yep,
Plaguefall? I don't know. I don't like that one. It's a pain in the ass.
Can you imagine that? Pugs with that.
Don't know.
That's- and I
I bet
think-
there's issue with that and bugs. The
The
one
final
that,
boss is alright, but that second to last boss is a nightmare. You get fucking wrapped up every 30 seconds. It's a con. Unless
I
people
haven't had
really know what
many
they're
issues
doing,
with that
that'll
one.
be
The
a
one that I've been
nightmare.
struggling with on pugs is the necrotic waste.
I find that alright, you know. Not too bad, really. I mean, again, it depends if you're with pugs that just ignoring mechanics and standing in shit. It can be unforgiving.
Yeah.
I get along with command tables, you know.
Feel like I'm doing level 2. Now one shot, boss. One shot. But level 3 I can't do.
They've buffed, you know the end of the layers, the end boss, end of it, and you complain, go out, they buffed them. They buffed them today, you know, see a little patch. And logged in.
Yeah. The like I said, level 1 and 2, I can one shot bosses up to end boss. For level 3, I can't get past mobs on like second and third round. They fucking murder me. Ah well.
It's okay. As the gear goes up, gets easier.
We'll get there.
I'm still saying we'll eventually do it as a guild group.
Went in there last week with Nest and your old man. He was like doing a Mythic 15. It was brutal.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh yeah, you were. We're struggling like hell.
That the boss we got rated to level 6, didn't we? And it had about fucking 40 million health. We just couldn't kill it.
Jesus.
Until our next transaction.
Come on, buttons, you fucking weirdo.
I still don't know why the DPS was complaining about the healing in that last dungeon we did. Technically, they shouldn't require any healing at all. It's just the tank that needs the top up. So if the DPS was actually doing the positioning correct, we could have clocked that a lot easier.
Usually the case. Then again, the mechanics as well.
I'm out
Well,
of range.
I don't think I was surviving pretty well. I don't think I was
Momo
in
and,
once when we went in.
Momo and mine were struggling a bit. They didn't know what to expect though.
Oh, that was funny when he goes, that ghost killed me. And I thought, well, you've been standing there letting it eat for 10 fucking minutes. It's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That was probably the problem. We didn't sacrifice the mage.
Can you remember the dungeon in Classic where they had those things that followed you around? That troll dungeon.
Yeah, that you can't kill, yeah. And they
Yeah.
just went,
That's
yeah.
what they are, basically. What that dungeon called now? It's all for that. What is all for that?
I'm trying to think what it was. It was either Zulfarek or Dragtheron Keep. But I think Dragtheron was one of the animals. The animal gods.
Yeah. Maybe just follow Mars. Is that right?
Yeah, Scalamance I think had that as well.
Scolamons, that's it. Yeah, that were it. Scolamons. Fucking spirits.
Ratto, that's right.
Yeah.
Nasty
Now that
bastards.
was the dungeon. That was the dungeon.
Yeah, Scolamons were good. Yeah, they're fuck-hiding spirits, weren't they?
Momo were played as weekend.
Stressel, yeah. Actually, Stressel was it.
Lex.
Stressel was the one just before Nex, yeah.